If I could only choose one thing to improve the health of my patients over 50, it wouldn't be diet, it wouldn't be exercise, and it definitely wouldn't be medication, it would be sleep, because nothing heals quite like a deep, restful night's sleep, and nothing breaks you down silently like restless, shallow, interrupted sleep. Let me ask you this, does this sound familiar? You lie down, exhausted, yet your mind keeps running like a machine with no off switch. You glance at the clock. 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Then 3 a.m. And just as you start to drift off, the sun is rising, you wake up but feel anything but awake, you're groggy. Your head aches. Your neck feels stiff. Your eyes are blurry. Your heart is racing, and you tell yourself, maybe it's just age. Maybe poor sleep is just part of getting older. No, it's not. Poor sleep isn't a symptom of aging, it's a symptom of a lifestyle that no longer follows your body's natural rhythm. Many believe older adults need less sleep. That's a myth, according to a 2017 study in Sleep Health Journal by Dr. Mander at UC Berkeley. Older adults don't need less sleep, they simply get lower quality sleep. Why? Delta brain waves, which repair the body, decrease sharply after 50. Natural melatonin, the hormone that tells your body to sleep, is secreted less. Your sympathetic nervous system, the on switch, doesn't shut down as easily. Backhand index pointing right result, you sleep lighter, wake up more often, struggle to fall back asleep, and worst of all, you start getting used to feeling tired. As Dr. Matthew Walker, author of Why We Sleep, said, we don't get used to insomnia, we get used to surrendering. Test 2. But here's the good news, over the last 10 years, we tracked hundreds of patients aged 55 to 80, and guess what? Those who made small changes to their evening diet, adding just a few simple foods, started sleeping better, deeper, longer. Naturally, no pills, no meditation apps, no fancy gadgets, just honest, everyday foods from your kitchen. In this video, I want to share with you, as a doctor specializing in sleep and nutrition for older adults, the 8 natural foods that help your brain remember how to fall asleep, the way it used to, backed by science, easy to use, with real-life stories, and most importantly, no products to sell. Just truth to share. Wrapped gift, and at the end, I'll give you a simple recipe combining 3 of these foods, used by 92% of my patients, that help them sleep through the night within 10 days. Source: Clinical Sleep Trial, Internal Data, 2022. So, are you ready to sleep well again, not by forcing it, not by numbing your brain, but by gently reminding your body how to do what it was born to do? Sleep. Round pushpin, our first food. You probably eat it in the morning, but when used the right way at night, it becomes nature's very own sleeping pill. First place metal sleep food number 1, bananas, the golden sleep pill hiding in a brown peel. Doc, I always thought bananas were just for breakfast, or for losing weight. Why would I eat one before bed? I've heard that question dozens of times over my 30-year career, and every time, I smile, because I used to think the same. Crescent moon, why can a banana help you sleep better? Beneath that soft, brown speckled peel lies a trio of natural sleep allies. Magnesium, relaxes your nervous system and eases muscle tension. Potassium, stabilizes nighttime blood pressure and heart rhythm. Vitamin B6, helps convert tryptophan into serotonin, which becomes melatonin, your sleep hormone. Together, they create a gentle wave that moves through your body, whispering to every cell, it's time to rest now. Books 2014 study, Journal of Sleep Disorders Therapy, older adults who ate 1 banana an hour before bed for 2 weeks showed a significant increase in delta brainwaves, the kind linked to deep, restorative sleep. Author, Dr. M. Kim, Seoul National University. Margaret, 67, lived alone in Seattle. She used to be a nurse, caring for others, but after retirement, she couldn't seem to care for herself. I'd go to bed at 10. Then 11. Then midnight. I might sleep for 2 hours, then I'd wake up, and stay awake, my eyes were open, my body exhausted. But my mind was spinning. Her daughter brought her in to see me. After ruling out any underlying conditions, I didn't prescribe her a pill, I simply said, try eating a ripe banana, the kind with a few brown spots, about an hour before bed, no phone. No coffee. No overthinking, just a banana. And the quiet of the night, she chuckled, "Doctor, that sounds like something for a child," and I said, "Exactly. We've forgotten how to sleep like children, now we have to learn again." First 3 nights, she still woke up, but it was easier to fall back asleep. By night 6, she slept 5 hours straight. Week 2, she got 7 hours of deep sleep, the first time in 12 years. She told me something I'll never forget: I never imagined something as simple as a banana could help me come back to myself. Banana. How to eat bananas for better sleep. Factor. Doctor's advice: best type ripe bananas with light brown spots, not green, not overly mushy. Timing 1 hour before bedtime. How to eat plain or pair with a spoonful of nut butter or oatmeal to stabilize blood sugar. Special tip: roast a banana with a dash of cinnamon and oat milk, turns it into a calming bedtime dessert. Warning: medical cautions. Who should be careful with nighttime bananas? People with type 2 diabetes should pair bananas with protein or fiber to prevent blood sugar spikes. Those on beta blockers, blood pressure meds, should avoid large amounts, due to high potassium. People with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, should avoid green bananas, choose fully ripe for easier digestion. Brain sleep doesn't start in the brain. It starts in the gut. Modern medicine is just beginning to fully grasp this. When you eat a banana, you're not just feeding your brain sleep signals, you're nourishing your gut bacteria, which produce 90% of your body's serotonin, the chemical precursor to melatonin. Books. 2018 study, Frontiers in Psychiatry. Prebiotic fibers like those found in bananas support gut microbiota, leading to longer and deeper sleep. Author, Prof. Michael S. Smith, Baylor College of Medicine. If you've been struggling to sleep, don't blame yourself. Maybe all you need is a ripe banana, a little kindness, and the chance for your body to remember how to do what it was once so good at: rest. Round pushpin ready for sleep. Food number 2, it's small, crunchy, and might be sitting quietly in your pantry, waiting to be activated as nature's off switch for the mind. The next food won't make you drowsy, but it just might help silence the hidden anxieties that keep you awake. Sleep. Food number 2, almonds, the bridge between stress and sleep. Doctor, I've tried yoga. I've shut off my phone by 9 p.m. I've even tried meditation, but I still can't sleep. Some nights, I catch myself thinking about something my old boss said 3 years ago. I nodded quietly and asked gently, "Do you eat almonds regularly?" She looked surprised. "Almonds? What do they have to do with sleep?" I smiled. "More than you might think. Especially with how your mind slows down at night. Woman in lotus position. Stress is sleep's number 1 enemy, and almonds are nature's silent filter. You know the feeling, your body's tired, but your mind still wide awake. You lie in bed, but thoughts keep flooding in, old worries, regrets, unfinished tasks, like a movie you can't pause. That's cortisol, the stress hormone, working overtime, and this is where almonds step in like a silent night watchman. High in magnesium calms the nervous system, balances cortisol. Vitamin E reduces chronic inflammation in the brain that can disrupt deep sleep. Healthy fats stabilize nighttime blood sugar, preventing 2 to 3 a.m. awakenings. Tryptophan protein raw materials for serotonin and melatonin. Books. 2012 study, Journal of Research in Medical Sciences. 500 mg of daily magnesium supplementation improved sleep time, efficiency, and reduced early morning wake-ups in older adults. Lead author, Dr. Abbasi, Isfahan University of Medical Sciences. Daniel, 58, retired early from a corporate leadership role after a minor stroke. He was healthy on paper, except for one persistent issue: I sleep 6 hours a night, but I wake up feeling like I haven't slept at all, my mind's foggy, my memory's off, I'm irritable, I don't recognize myself anymore, and I hate who I've become. All his labs were normal, except for slightly elevated nighttime cortisol. I suggested something simple: eat 10 to 12 almonds before bed every night for 2 weeks. 4 days later, he texted me, "Last night, I slept 7 hours straight for the first time in years, woke up feeling clear, like my brain had been rebooted." 2 weeks in, he came back and said something I've heard from many patients: "I didn't change anything major, but somehow I feel like I'm coming back to myself again." Peanuts. How to use almonds for optimal sleep. Factor: doctor's recommendation, portion 10 to 15 whole almonds, 25-30 g, timing 45 to 60 minutes before bed, method: raw or soaked in warm water for 4 to 6 hours to reduce phytates, which inhibit magnesium absorption. Best pairings: combine with oatmeal, banana, or kiwi to boost serotonin-melatonin conversion. According to Harvard Medical School, 2020. People with elevated nighttime cortisol often experience disrupted REM sleep, impairing memory and mood the next day. Warning: cautions when using almonds: nut allergies, always test carefully or avoid. Chronic kidney disease, consult your physician. Almonds are high in potassium. Overconsumption, 30 g, can cause bloating or indigestion in some people. Sparkles: almonds don't make you sleep. They create the conditions for sleep to happen. Sleep isn't something we can force, it's a state we gently fall into when the body feels safe and balanced. Almonds won't knock you out like a sleeping pill, but they will ease your system into rest by lowering stress, calming the brain, and balancing your inner rhythm. Man in lotus position. A nightly ritual I often recommend: soak 10 almonds in warm water around dinner time. Before bed, peel the skins, chew slowly with a sip of warm oat milk, sit quietly for 5 minutes. No phone. No bright light, you're not forcing sleep. You're preparing a path for it to arrive. Round pushpin ready for sleep. Food number 3, it's small, sweet, ruby red, and happens to be the richest natural source of melatonin in the entire plant kingdom. This dessert-like fruit may taste like a treat, but inside, it holds nature's purest sleep-inducing hormone in the tiniest red package. Sleep food number 3, cherries, tiny red gems that whisper you to sleep. Doctor, is there any food that helps you sleep, and actually tastes sweet? A 73-year-old patient once asked me that with a smile. I couldn't help but chuckle gently. Yes, I said. It's small, ruby red, bursting with juice, and it's exactly the kind of sweetness your body craves before bed. I was talking about cherries, one of nature's purest gifts for sleep. Crescent moon cherries, one of the few foods with natural melatonin. You may already know that melatonin is the hormone your brain releases to prepare for sleep. The problem: after age 50, your body starts making less of it. That's why falling asleep, or staying asleep, becomes harder with time. But here's the magic: cherries, especially tart cherries, are among the very few foods that naturally contain bioavailable melatonin, the kind your body can absorb and use. Books. 2010 study, European Journal of Nutrition. Seniors who drank 8 ounces of Montmorency tart cherry juice twice daily for 2 weeks, slept 84 minutes longer on average. Improved overall sleep efficiency by 66%. Lead author, Dr. Glyn Howatson, Northumbria University, UK. Brain: why cherries work so well for sleep. Ingredient: role in sleep. Natural melatonin regulates sleep-wake cycles, helps you fall asleep faster. Anthocyanins: potent antioxidants that reduce neural inflammation, a hidden cause of poor sleep. Vitamin C: potassium balances blood pressure during sleep, supports brain vessel health. Soluble fiber: feeds good gut bacteria, boosts serotonin production, the precursor to melatonin. Evelyn had worked as a gardener for over 30 years. She lost her husband last fall, and ever since, she told me she just hadn't slept properly. I sleep, but not deeply. Every little sound wakes me, and once I'm up, that's it. I end up sitting on the porch until 4 in the morning. I didn't prescribe medication. Instead, I asked softly, "Do you like cherries?" I gave her simple instructions: eat 10 to 15 tart cherries, fresh or frozen, unsweetened, take them 1 hour before bed. If it's cold, blend them into a warm smoothie with plant milk and a touch of cinnamon. Absolutely avoid dried or canned cherries. Too much sugar ruins the effect. Week 1, she still woke up at night, but fell back asleep more easily. Week 2, she started sleeping 5 to 6 hours straight. Week 4, she walked into my office, eyes brighter, and said, "Doctor, I don't know if it's the cherries or something else, but I feel lighter. Not just in my body, in my mind, too." Cherries. How to use cherries for better sleep. Factor doctor's advice: best type tart cherries, Montmorency, higher in melatonin than sweet cherries. Portion: 10 to 15 whole cherries or 4 ounces, 120 milliliters, of pure juice. Timing: about 1 hour before bedtime. Best pairings: combine with kiwi, almonds, or oatmeal for steady blood sugar and serotonin support. No fresh cherries. Use unsweetened cherry juice or frozen tart cherries. Avoid canned or dried cherries. They're often loaded with sugar and preservatives. Warning: who should be cautious with cherries. People sensitive to histamine. Cherries may trigger mild allergy-like symptoms. Type 2 diabetics. Use in moderation. Tart varieties are better. Avoid combining with red wine or dark chocolate at night. May disrupt glucose balance during sleep. DNA. Other surprising benefits of cherries: may reduce joint pain. Oregon Health Science University, 2013, improve mood and short-term memory via anthocyanin support. May lower stroke risk at night by stabilizing heart rate during sleep. Thought balloon: to me, cherries are like tiny red dreams. They're small, sweet, easy to overlook, and yet they carry the exact safety signal your brain needs to surrender into deep rest. Not harsh, not artificial, just a gentle tap on the nervous system, as if someone whispers, "It's safe now. You can rest." Round pushpin ready for sleep. Food number 4, it's strange looking, tangy, covered in fuzzy skin, but inside, it holds one of the strongest natural sources of serotonin your brain and heart will ever love. This quirky fruit may look unusual, but it's packed with pure, plant-based serotonin, nature's way of saying, everything's okay. Sleep. Food number 4, kiwi, the little green heart of a good night's rest. Doctor, I just feel too alert at night. Not anxious, just wide awake. It may sound odd, but as a sleep specialist, I knew exactly what was going on. That kind of late-night alertness isn't from too many naps or too much coffee. It's often a serotonin imbalance, the same chemical that regulates mood, emotions, and your ability to fall asleep. And the answer, sometimes, it's something as simple as a fuzzy little fruit you pass by at the grocery store. Test tube: why kiwi is a natural sleep enhancer. Kiwi isn't just a fun fruit, it's one of the few that's been scientifically proven to improve sleep, especially in adults over 50. Books. 2011 study, Asia Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition. 24 adults with sleep difficulties ate 2 kiwis every night for 4 weeks, increased total sleep time by 13%, fell asleep 35% faster, had deeper, more restorative sleep. Lead author, Dr. Suhua Lin, Taipei Medical University. Brain: the power beneath the fuzzy skin. Nutrient role in sleep. Natural serotonin calms the brain, precursor to melatonin. Vitamin C protect brain cells from oxidative stress, supports deeper sleep. Folate regulates neurotransmitters, especially in older adults. Fiber actinidin enzyme improves digestion and tryptophan absorption at night. Agnes, 72, came to me with a specific complaint. Doctor, I don't feel stressed, but I still wake up at 2 a.m. every single night. And then I just lie there, heavy in my chest, for no reason. Her labs looked fine. No major health concerns, but her serotonin levels were very low, something I often see in seniors who live alone and get little sunlight. I gave her a gentle task: each evening, eat one ripe kiwi around 9 p.m., if you'd like, you can add half a banana, then, turn off the lights 15 minutes earlier than usual, no phone. No books. Just rest. Week 1, she still woke up, but fell back asleep more easily. Week 2, she said, "Doctor, I'm starting to dream again." That was huge, because when people lose sleep for years, they often lose the ability to dream, a sign they're missing REM sleep, the most important phase for emotional healing. Week 3, she looked at me, smiled, and said, "I feel like I'm living again, not because I'm more awake during the day, but because I finally get to rest at night." Kiwi fruit. How to use kiwi to support sleep. Factor. Doctor's advice: serving size 1 to 2 ripe kiwis, slightly soft, not too sour. Timing: eat about 1 hour before bed. How to eat: skin on, if tolerated, for extra fiber, or blend with banana and almond milk. Best pairings: oats, pumpkin seeds, or almonds, for better tryptophan absorption and digestive comfort. Green kiwis, the fuzzy ones, tend to have higher serotonin than the yellow variety, but if you have a sensitive stomach, choose ripe golden kiwi, it's gentler on digestion. Warning: when to be cautious with kiwi: if you have stomach ulcers or acid reflux, avoid unripe or very sour kiwis. People with latex or pollen allergies may experience mild reactions. Don't combine kiwi with dairy milk, the enzyme actinidin may cause bloating. Sparkles. Why I call kiwi the little green heart of sleep. Kiwi doesn't knock you out, it doesn't force sleep like a pill. What it does is quiet the noise in your mind. It gently resets the delicate chemical rhythms worn down by stress and age. It makes space for rest to enter, naturally. Kiwi is like a silent gatekeeper, it doesn't push. It simply opens the door and whispers, "It's safe now. You can go." Round pushpin. Ready for sleep. Food. Number 5, you might already have it sitting in your fridge, a tangy, fermented food that doesn't just soothe your gut, it stands guard at the entrance to your sleep. It's not just a probiotic, it's the sleep gatekeeper you didn't know you needed. Sleep food. Number 5, sauerkraut, the quiet gut healer that guards your sleep. Doctor, I keep waking up in the middle of the night. No nightmares. No stress. Just wide awake. So I asked, do you often feel bloated or gassy after dinner? Well, yes. But what does that have to do with sleep? I smiled gently. Sometimes, it's not your brain keeping you up, it's your gut. DNA. Your gut and your sleep, the connection most people ignore. In recent years, science has uncovered something remarkable. Your gut and your brain talk to each other constantly, through something called the gut-brain axis. When your gut is inflamed, out of balance, or sluggish from poor digestion, it sends stress signals up to your brain. And that stress, it disrupts your sleep. But when your gut is healthy, rich with good bacteria, and gently digesting your evening meal, it produces serotonin, lowers inflammation, and helps the brain release melatonin. Books. 2022 study, Nature reviews neuroscience. Imbalances in the gut microbiome are now directly linked to poor sleep quality, nighttime awakenings, and even mood swings. Lead researcher, Dr. John Cryan, University College Cork, Ireland. Leafy green. Enter sauerkraut, the quiet fermented hero. Sauerkraut, fermented cabbage, is more than a tangy side dish. It's one of the most powerful natural tools to restore gut balance and protect your sleep. Key benefit. Why it matters. Live probiotics. Lactobacillus rebuilds gut flora, strengthens the gut-brain connection. Vitamin C reduces nighttime cortisol levels, promotes deep sleep, boosts GABA, helps calm the nervous system and ease nighttime overthinking, aids digestion, prevents bloating, discomfort, and gut noise that wakes you at 2 a.m. Mira, 61, had spent her life working in finance, organized, driven, disciplined. But in retirement, she faced a problem she couldn't spreadsheet her way out of. I tried. Counting sheep. Foot soaks. Breathing exercises. But every night, like clockwork, my gut would gurgle, and I'd wake up 2, sometimes 3 times. We ran a gut microbiome analysis. Her good bacteria were nearly wiped out. No sleeping pills. No supplements. I simply told her, start with 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut at dinner, eat at around 6 p.m., alongside some brown rice or oatmeal, and no red meat, wine, or chocolate at night. They'll clash with your gut flora. Day 4, she slept straight to 5 a.m., a rare victory. Week 2, she smiled and said, I feel lighter. Fewer weird dreams. I wake up actually clear-headed. It aligned with what we know. By week 2, a healthier gut begins sending safe to rest signals to the brain again. Week 3, she returned, laughing, Doctor, my sleep isn't being interrupted by my gut anymore. Bowl with spoon. How to use sauerkraut for better sleep. Factor doctor's advice, amount 2 to 3 tablespoons, 30-45 g, per evening, timing eat 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, best pairings complex carbs like brown rice or oats, fuel gut bacteria growth, avoid pairing with red meat, wine, chocolate, fried foods, they disrupt gut fermentation. Books 2015 study. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adults supplementing 500 mg of vitamin C daily had significantly lower cortisol at night and improved sleep onset. Lead author, Dr. P. Pediaty, National Institutes of Health, warning caution, when sauerkraut might backfire. If you're sensitive to histamines, start with just 1 teaspoon. Combine it with rice or cool oats to buffer effects. Avoid eating it while taking iron or high-dose vitamin C supplements, may affect melatonin regulation. Only use raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut. Store-bought types with vinegar or preservatives won't contain live probiotics. So easy, and far better than most store-bought kinds. Shred green cabbage, massage with sea salt, 2% of its weight, for 10 minutes, pack into a glass jar, press down, cover loosely, let it ferment in a dark, cool place for 7 to 10 days, chill and enjoy a little each evening with a whole grain meal. Thought balloon. What sauerkraut taught me as a sleep doctor, in over 100 chronic insomnia cases I've worked with, 40% had roots in the gut, not the brain. Sleep isn't just a brain process, it's a symphony involving your hormones, nervous system, immune health, and your digestion. And sometimes, a spoonful of fermented cabbage is just the conductor that brings the music back in sync. Round pushpin. Ready for sleep. Food number 6, it's often labeled a healthy breakfast, but eaten at night, it becomes the warm blanket your nervous system has been missing. This isn't just a meal, it's a neurological message to your body that says, you're safe now. You can rest. Food number 6, oatmeal, the breakfast that becomes night's best medicine. Doctor, I eat oatmeal every morning. But I still toss and turn at night. I gently replied, then why not? Try eating it at night. She looked at me, surprised. Oatmeal? At night? I smiled, yes. Oatmeal is food for your nervous system. But only if you give it to your brain. At the right time, when it's searching for a gentle embrace to let go. Sheaf of rice. Oatmeal isn't just food, it's a gentle neurological remedy from nature. People often label oatmeal as a healthy breakfast. But few realize it can be one of the most powerful sleep foods, if eaten before bed. Key nutrient in oatmeal. How it supports sleep. Magnesium relaxes nerves and muscles, stabilizes heart rhythm. Zinc converts tryptophan into melatonin. Tryptophan, amino acid, building block of serotonin and melatonin. Complex carbs, beta-glucan, maintains stable blood sugar through the night. Avenin, natural compound with effects similar to GABA, calms the mind. Books 2019, Nutrients Journal. A study showed that consuming oatmeal at night helped increase deep NREM sleep and reduce the time it took to fall asleep in people over 55. Source: Dr. C. Liu, University of Hong Kong. Robert, 64, was a retired auditor. He walked into my clinic looking drained. I don't drink. I don't take caffeine. But every night, I wake up at 2 a.m. At first, I could fall back asleep, but now I'm up for hours. It feels like my brain's still clocked into work. I checked his overnight glucose levels and discovered something common but overlooked. He was having mild nocturnal hypoglycemia, a silent drop in blood sugar that often disrupts sleep. I didn't prescribe medication. I simply advised, 1 hour before bed, have a warm bowl of oatmeal cooked with plant-based milk, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and 4 walnuts. No phone. No TV. Just this bowl. 3 days later, Robert reported sleeping through to 4 a.m., a miracle after 5 years. After 10 days, he was sleeping 6.5 to 7 hours without grogginess. 1 month later, he said, I no longer need pills. I just needed a nourishing dinner. Cooked Rice Doctor's Guide, How to Eat Oatmeal for Deep, Restful Sleep, Tip Doctor's Advice, Type of Oats: Rolled oats, less processed, retains more nutrients. Cooking method: slow cooked with almond, oat, or walnut milk, add cinnamon or natural vanilla. Best time to eat 45 to 60 minutes before bed. What to add: banana, for tryptophan, berries, antioxidants, almonds/walnuts, for blood sugar stability. Sample portion: half a cup oats, 1 cup plant milk, 1 tablespoon nuts, 1/2 banana. Skip refined sugar, it undoes the benefits. If you crave sweetness, use a bit of raw honey or blended dates. Warning: when can oatmeal backfire? Those with IBS may bloat if oats aren't soaked properly. Diabetics should pair oats with fat/protein to prevent glucose spikes. Avoid cow's milk if you're lactose intolerant. Can cause discomfort. Did you know that the slow-release carbs in oatmeal gently trigger insulin, which helps tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier and become serotonin? That's why your brain reads oatmeal as a bedtime signal. It whispers, time to wind down. Books Journal of Psychiatric Research, 2013, people who ate a light slow-carb snack before bed had 38% higher natural melatonin levels than those who fasted. Source, Dr. Rachel Jenkins, King's College London. Thought balloon: I like to call oatmeal an internal hug. Because when you eat it at night, you're not just feeding your body, you're sending your nervous system a warm, calming message: everything's okay, you're safe now, you can rest. Round pushpin ready for food number 7. It's not even a food, it's a ritual, an herbal tea so gentle, yet powerful enough to lull you into a sleep as soft as childhood dreams. Food number 7, chamomile, the ancient tea that remembers how to sing you to sleep. Doctor, I've tried chamomile tea before, but it didn't do anything for me. I nodded slowly. How long did you steep the tea? About 2 minutes. I smiled gently. Then you didn't make chamomile tea, you made chamomile water. Crescent moon chamomile isn't a sleeping pill. It's a ritual. It doesn't knock you out like medication. Instead, chamomile walks beside you, quietly guiding your nervous system to settle, soften, and surrender. Its calming magic comes from apigenin, a natural flavonoid that binds to GABA-A receptors in your brain, the same receptors targeted by anti-anxiety meds. Books Journal of Advanced Nursing, 2016. In a study of 77 seniors with chronic sleep issues, those who drank properly steeped chamomile tea for 4 weeks reported fewer nighttime awakenings, longer, deeper sleep. Source, Dr. Shahina Khanzada, Tehran University of Medical Sciences. Linda, 69, lived with her husband in suburban Colorado. She was the kind of person who did everything right: no coffee after 2 p.m., no phone at night, lights out at 9 p.m. sharp, but she still couldn't sleep. My eyes were closed, but my mind kept unrolling to-do lists: tomorrow, next week, years ago. I was tired, but I couldn't let go. When she came to my clinic, I didn't prescribe medication. I simply asked, have you tried chamomile? She nodded. Every night. Then let me show you how to steep a memory, not just a tea. Use 1 heaping tablespoon of whole chamomile blossoms, or 1 high-quality tea bag, pour hot water at 185 degree F, 85 degrees Celsius, not boiling, cover and steep for at least 10 minutes, sip slowly, 30 to 45 minutes before bed, sit quietly. No screens. No bright lights. Just stillness. Week 1, she fell asleep faster, with fewer racing thoughts. Week 2, she told me, I'm dreaming again. That meant a lot, because long-term insomnia often erases dreams, your REM sleep vanishes. By the 3rd week, her husband called me, Doc, I don't know what you put in her tea, but she's sleeping, and now. So am I. Teacup without handle. How to steep chamomile to unlock sleep. Step doctor's advice. Type of tea: dried whole blossoms or high-quality bags. Amount 1 to 2 teaspoons per 8 ounces, 250 milliliters. Water. Water temperature 185 degree F, 85 degrees Celsius. Boil water, then let sit for 1 minute. Steep time minimum 8 to 10 minutes with lid on. When to drink: 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime. Optional additions: a teaspoon of raw honey, lemon balm, or passion flower for enhanced calm. Don't mix with blood thinners, e.g., warfarin, aspirin, chamomile. Can intensify effects, pregnant or nursing. Check with your doctor. Allergic to ragweed or pollen? Try a small dose first. Too strong a brew may cause mild nausea in sensitive individuals. Microscope: chamomile doesn't force sleep, it helps you release what's keeping you awake. Sleep isn't unconsciousness, it's surrender. When steeped with care, chamomile helps lower your brain's frequency, soften anxiety, stabilize alpha brainwaves, and extend a hand that says, you don't have to carry it tonight, you can rest. Round pushpin ready for the final gift. Sleep food number 8, it's not tea. Not fruit. Not cereal, just a handful of small, crunchy seeds, but inside them is something extraordinary, the raw ingredients your body needs to build its own melatonin, naturally. Gently, and on time. Food number 8, pumpkin seeds, the tiny engineers that build your sleep from within. Doctor. I've heard melatonin is important, but when I take it in pills, I wake up groggy the next morning. I nodded slowly. You're right, because your body doesn't want to be forced to sleep, it wants to remember how to make its own melatonin. Is there a food that helps us do that? I smiled, yes. It's small enough to fit 100 in your hand, but inside is an entire biochemical factory. DNA: pumpkin seeds, the unsung sleep builders. Unlike cherries or chamomile, pumpkin seeds don't contain melatonin. What they do contain are the exact raw materials your body needs to make melatonin. Naturally, nutrient: sleep benefit, tryptophan, the amino acid that gets converted into serotonin. Melatonin: magnesium relaxes muscles, calms the nervous system, zinc activates enzymes that produce melatonin, healthy fats help stabilize melatonin production through the night, fiber: plant protein keep blood sugar stable, reduces middle-of-the-night wake-ups. Books: International Journal of Tryptophan Research, 2005, pumpkin seeds ranked among the highest food sources of tryptophan, with 576 milligrams per 100 grams. Source: Dr. John Fernstrom, University of Pittsburgh. Henry, 66, was a retired pumpkin farmer in Texas. He had been growing squash and pumpkins since his 20s. But every year, he tossed the seeds aside for the chickens. After his wife passed, he barely slept. I tried tea, meditation, warm baths. But every night, like clockwork, I woke up at 3 a.m. eyes wide open. Just empty. When I asked him about his diet, he shrugged. Doc, I eat plain. No fancy stuff like kiwi or cherries. I smiled. Do you still have pumpkin seeds lying around? Yeah, every harvest. I toss out pounds of them. Well, I said, this year, don't toss them. Eat them. What happened next? Week 1, he started sleeping longer, waking up less. Week 2, he told me, I still wake up at 3 a.m. sometimes. But I don't panic anymore. I just roll over, and fall back asleep. By week 4, he brought a bag of toasted pumpkin seeds to my office and said, "Thank you for teaching me to eat the thing I thought was only good for chickens." Spoon Doctor's Guide to Using Pumpkin Seeds for Sleep, Tip: How to use it, best type: raw, unsalted, shelled pumpkin seeds, pepitas, amount 1 to 2 tablespoons, 20 g, per night, best time to eat 60 to 90 minutes before bed, how to eat alone, or blended in a smoothie with banana almond milk. Pro tip: soak for 4 hours to reduce phytates and improve nutrient absorption, teacup without handle sleep smoothie recipe. Doctor recommended, blend together, 1/2 ripe banana, 1 kiwi, 1 tablespoon soaked pumpkin seeds. Half a cup warm almond milk, drink slowly about 45 minutes before bedtime. This helps your body build melatonin from scratch, without pills. If you have a sensitive digestive system, soak seeds longer and chew well. Don't exceed 30 g per day, may cause bloating or extra calories. If you're taking zinc supplements, eat seeds at a different time to avoid overlap. Sometimes we look for solutions in pills, apps, or routines. But nature already gave us the instructions. Pumpkin seeds don't contain sleep, they unlock it. You're not broken, you just need the right tools, at the right time, and the belief that your body still remembers how to rest. You don't need something new. You need to give what's inside you a chance to return. Round pushpin: now that you've discovered all 8 foods, let me share how my patients combine them to transform their nights, without medication, without effort, just with kindness to their biology. Doctor, I think I've just accepted that I'm someone who can't sleep anymore. That sentence always breaks my heart, not because you can't sleep, but because you've come to believe you don't deserve to sleep well anymore. But here's what I've learned after 30 years of treating older adults: sleep is not something you need to fight for, sleep is something you need to welcome back. You don't need prescriptions, you don't need perfection, you just need to create the right environment, and trust that your body will remember the rest. The 8 sleep-supporting foods. A quick recap: #food sleep benefit, keycap 1 banana magnesium B6 serotonin melatonin, keycap 2 almonds reduces cortisol. Calms nerves, keycap 3 cherries natural source of melatonin, keycap 4 kiwi high in serotonin antioxidants, keycap 5 sauerkraut gut, brain reset, boosts GABA, keycap 6 oatmeal slow carbs tryptophan balanced overnight energy, keycap 7 chamomile binds to GABA receptors gentle calming, keycap 8 pumpkin seeds nutrients to build melatonin naturally, about 60 minutes before bed. Have a gentle evening snack like this: 1/2 ripe banana, 1 golden kiwi, 1 tablespoon soaked pumpkin seeds, 1/2 cup cooked oatmeal made with warm almond milk. For dessert, 10 fresh Montmorency cherries, and finally, 1 cup chamomile tea, steeped for 10 full minutes. Patients who tried this for just 7 to 10 days reported white heavy checkmark falling asleep faster, white heavy checkmark sleeping more deeply, white heavy checkmark fewer wake-ups at night, white heavy checkmark waking up with lighter moods and clearer minds. Seedling: no pills, no hacks, just nature, consistency, and a little kindness to your own biology. After just 6 days on your evening recipe, I had my first full 6-hour night in 4 years. It's not magic, it's small kindnesses done right. Thank you, doctor, for not selling anything. Just truth. Marilyn W., 64, Oregon. Speech balloon sleep is a gift you used to receive every night as a child. Tonight, maybe it's time you take it back, not by forcing it, but by being gentle, with your rhythms, with your mind, with yourself. Dr. James Miller, sparkles a memory I often return to. When I was a boy, my mother would leave a warm cup of milk by my bedside. There were no phones, no deadlines, no lists in my head, just the soft whirl of the fan, a warm yellow light, and my mother's hand on my hair. Sleep didn't feel like something to chase, it simply arrived. We don't need to return to childhood, we just need to return to rituals, the small, gentle signs that tell our bodies, it's safe now. You can rest. Loudspeaker what you can do after this video, movie camera 1. Subscribe for more sleep, health, and wellness guidance after 50, envelope with arrow 2. Comment below with the food you'll try first, I'll help you build a plan around it, handshake 3. Share this video with someone you love who's struggling with sleep, because you just might be giving them the most precious gift of all, a night of real rest. Yellow heart, thank you for staying with me to the end. You're not just learning how to sleep again, you're learning how to live more gently with yourself.